Ciao from Casa Fiore's Cucina. Today we're going to make a special dish for you, frittata. In my family, we start with a little bit of onion, some garlic, we saute it, and then we add our zucchini, and then some egg, and some other special ingredients like pecorino romano, and another one I'm going to show you later. But since I have some very special things now in the early spring garden, we're going to incorporate those. And as we go through, I'm going to try to let you know what you could substitute at the store if you don't happen to have these things in your kitchen garden. So come along, let's take a tour and let's make that awesome frittata. We've got a couple of baby leeks left over. They survived the winter and we're going to incorporate them into this frittata. Remember, we have some beautiful Swiss chard that overwintered. We're going to be able to incorporate a little bit of this into our dish. Baby red onions that held over from the winter. Special treat to add to this frittata. These are florets of bok choy. Now, instead of bok choy, you could use some broccoli rapa, which you can readily find at the store these days. Pick both the buds that have not blossomed yet and also the ones that have flowered. These are sweet, these are tender, and they're going to add an incredibly cool and beautiful color to our frittata. Wouldn't be right without some mint. This is my grandma Carmela Rossetti's mint. It's been transplanted here after all these years. It's a very mild mint. I'm going to put a nice handful in. It's coming up right now in my garden, and I just can't help myself. Got it. Okay, I think we're done shopping. There are our florets. That's going to put a bouquet into your beautiful frittata. I also picked up a little bit of parsley, and to supplement that, a little bit of celery greens, which is a good substitute in moderation for parsley. And there's our mint, our Swiss chard, and we're going to go in now. Put this down. Facciamo la frittata. What you can see is we have cleaned up everything. Everything's ready to go. We've got our chopped parsley. We've got a little bit of celery. That will dominate, so only so much. We've got Grandma Carmela's beautiful mint, florets, bok choy florets. You could use broccoli rapa. These are tender, these are sweet, and they're incredibly cool and beautiful. And then we've got our Swiss chard. So I'm going to begin by turning on our top here. We can see what we've got. We've got now our leeks in here. We've got those baby red onions, and we have some garlic. We're going to saute these until they're nice and soft, and then we're going to put in the rest of the ingredients. We've cooked our leeks, our garlic, and our onions at medium heat. They're soft now, and now it's time to add the Swiss chard. And it's also time to add our florets. These are going to cook down, and then we're going to add our eggs. Everything's been cooked down now, as you can see. We're about to add the eggs. But first, we're going to add our herbs. So in goes the parsley. In goes that little bit of celery. And in goes our mint. We're going to move that around and get that just going a little bit. We didn't want to put it in too early. We didn't want to release that flavor too early. So we're going to mix it around. And now we're going to add our eggs. Oh, there we go. We're going to mix this all together. And this is a good time also for us to add our pecorino romano cheese. We're putting in about a quarter cup or so. And also, it's a great time to add some black pepper and a little more salt. Now we're going to blend this all together and we're going to let it cook, and then I'll be back in a minute. We're going to flip this baby. We're about halfway there, and as we're cooking this, we're kind of working this spatula around occasionally to make sure that it stays loose on the bottom. And a trick is pouring a little bit of olive oil around the rim here and letting it seep in, and that will keep it loose. And so eventually you want this to slide on its own. You might be wondering, how many eggs was that? This is a 7-egg frittata. You could use 12, you could use 7, but based on the amount of vegetables I have, that's what we used. So I'm checking, and you can see it's lightly browned underneath. So I'm cooking this between medium-low and medium, and here is the moment you've been waiting for. 1, 2, 3. Ha-ha! Look at that. How beautiful is that? So we're going to slide it back in there, and we're going to cook the other side, and then we're going to enjoy. Now for the money shot. Let's see how we did. Take a look. Wow. Look at that. So we're going to serve that up. We're going to enjoy it tonight. And this is even better tomorrow. It's a simple dish. You can make this yourself. You can use one of my family recipes and enjoy something truly healthy and tasty. One.
Oh, that smells
Smells so good.
Awesome. You ready to dig in?
Yeah.
Ok, allora mangiamo. Buon appetito a tutti. Ciao.
Ciao.
Remember what I said about the next day?